Today we're going to do Dino. Ready? Hello, Dino. Hello, Dino. We welcome you today, Dino. Hello, Dino. Hello, Dino. We're glad you came our way to share with us a preschool day and be a friend in a very special way. Hello, Dino. Hello, Dino. We welcome you today. Hello! Okay, guys, now it's story time. Let's take out the books. We're going to read 2 or 3 today. Dazzle the Dinosaur. When Mother Myosaurus came back to her nest, she was surprised to find another egg next to her own. It certainly was not her egg. Where could it have come from? She wondered. Instinctively, she covered up both eggs to protect them. The valley was a dangerous place. Food was scarce and water was hard to find. There were even some dinosaurs who raided nests as soon as a mother's back was turned. The other Myosauruses were curious about this odd-looking egg. As soon as the 2 eggs started to crack, they all came running to see what would hatch. From the mother's own speckled egg, out stepped a sweet-looking baby girl. Everyone oohed and awed. When the other eggs started to crack open, they held their breath, but then they sighed. It was just an ordinary baby dinosaur. The Myosauruses were about to turn away when the baby dino gave a little yawn, stretched, and up popped a row of glowing spines along his back. They had never seen anything like it. "What kind of dinosaur are you?" they asked. "I don't know," the little dinosaur said shyly. Mother Myosaurus couldn't take her eyes off the glittering spines. "We'll call you Dazzle," she said softly. Mother Myosaurus named the little girl Maya, and soon she and Dazzle were the best of friends. Every day they would go out and play, finding fresh fruits and roots to eat, but they were never allowed to go beyond the edge of the trees. Everywhere they turned, there was a Myosaurus watching, keeping them safe. One night, Maya and Dazzle were awake when they should have been sleeping. "What are you thinking about?" Maya asked her friend. "I wish we could go off on our own and explore without someone watching us all the time," Dazzle said. "We can't because it's too dangerous around here," Maya said. "The Deinonychus raids our nests and the Tyrannosaurus rex chases us away from the water." "Then why do we live here?" asked Dazzle. "Mother told me that our family used to live in a cave in a valley surrounded by mountains that kept us safe. There was a fresh spring in the cave and the valley was filled with trees and ferns." "What happened?" Dazzle asked. "Long ago, when Mother was young, a vicious Dragonsaurus took over our cave when all the Myosauruses were out eating. He was so fierce that they had to move away." "I won't stand for that," Dazzle said sleepily. "We'll have to chase him out." "Yes," yawned Maya, "it's up to you and me." In the morning, the 2 little dinosaurs couldn't wait to get started on their adventure. They went through the trees as they did every day, but this time they scampered off and disappeared among the rocks. Dazzle was a little scared, but Maya cheered him on. "The mountains are nearby. If we climb up these rocks, we'll be able to see them." Just then, the rocks beneath them rumbled and shook. It was an earthquake! Maya and Dazzle were tossed to the ground. Then, suddenly, a giant stegosaurus stood in front of them. Those weren't rocks they were climbing. It was the stegosaurus's back. "Why are you 2 little dinosaurs so far away from home?" asked the kind stegosaurus. "We're just playing a game," Maya said quickly. "You had better watch out," Stegosaurus said. "You are lucky it was me you climbed on and not a Tyrannosaurus rex." "She's right," said Dazzle. "We probably should go home now." So Dazzle and Maya turned back for their grove of trees, where all the Myosauruses would look out for them and keep them safe. But just as they found some tall ferns to eat, they heard the rumbling thunder of giant footsteps and an ear-shattering roar. It was a Tyrannosaurus rex! He had spotted the 2 little dinosaurs, and he was hungry. "Split up!" cried Maya. "Twist and turn! Find a place to hide! Run!" So Dazzle ran away from his friend, dashing under the branches and in and out of shadows. but every time the sunlight flashed on his spines, the Tyrannosaurus Rex gave another roar and came after him. Finally, Dazzle saw a dark grassy hollow, and he curled up inside, keeping his spines from showing. He barely dared to breathe. Tyrannosaurus Rex lumped and thumped and roared until finally he gave up. Dazzle waited a long time before he climbed out to find Maya. "Poor Dazzle!" Maya cried as she jumped out of some ferns. "Your spines kept giving you away. You're lucky he didn't catch you." Dazzle was just happy to be alive. He wanted a nap. The two of them found a nice warm tree trunk to lean against, and they fell fast asleep. They didn't wake up until their tree trunk lifted up from the ground and shook itself. "I'm sorry to disturb you," said a deep voice, "but my leg was getting stiff." It was an Apatosaurus. "What are you doing so far from home?" he asked. Maya decided to tell the truth this time. "We were trying to find the cave where my family used to live." "But we got lost," said Dazzle. "Could you show us the way?" He wanted to say home, but Maya interrupted. "The way to the cave?" she finished. The Apatosaurus waved his long neck thoughtfully. "The Dragonsaurus is a dangerous dinosaur," he said, "but as long as it's still daytime, I don't see the harm. The Dragonsaurus is terrified of light." The Apatosaurus reached his head above the trees and called to the flying reptiles for help. Down swooped 2 pterodactyls and a Quetzalcoatlus. "I'll take you there," said the Quetzalcoatlus, who was big enough to carry the 2 little dinosaurs. "But you have to be ready to go back at sunset. I'm not staying around when that Dragonsaurus wakes up." They reached the cave just as the afternoon sun shone on the trees in the valley. Nothing had ever looked so beautiful to the little dinosaurs. They peered into the cave and could see the Dragonsaurus fast asleep. They had to get rid of him so their family could return home. But how? Maya bravely crept into the cave. Suddenly, the Dragonsaurus sniffed and jumped up, blinking his eyes. Maya was trapped! The Dragonsaurus gave a mighty roar. Dazzle thought fast. Quickly, he turned his back so that every spine caught the sunshine and reflected the light right into the giant dinosaur's eyes. The Dragonsaurus screamed and ran out of the cave to escape the light, but since it was bright outside as well, the Dragonsaurus just kept running. Maya and Dazzle took a long drink of water from the fresh spring and went outside to meet the Quetzalcoatlus. "What did you do to the Dragonsaurus?" he asked in amazement. "I saw him running away." "Dazzle scared him off with his beautiful, dazzling spines," exclaimed Maya. "He saved my life." The Quetzalcoatlus flew the 2 little dinosaurs back to their family so they could tell everyone the great news. The next day, Dazzle and the Mayasauruses climbed the mountains and settled in their old cave. "Tomorrow," said Maya, "we can explore our new forest." "All by ourselves," said Dazzle. "And you can let your spine shine as much as you want," whispered Mother Mayasaurus. "You'll be safe here." The end. Bubblegum, bubblegum. Bubblegum, bubblegum, chewy gooey bubblegum, icky sticky bubblegum, melting in the road. Along comes a toad, a fine fat toad, a fine fat wild splat or back toad. Ew, yuck, the toad got stuck. Sticky toad, bumpy icky sticky toad, lumpy grumpy sticky toad sitting in the goo. Along comes a shrew, a bad mood shrew, a bad mood, how rude, tough dude shrew. Yuck, ew, the shrew stuck too. Gooey shrew, pointy nose all gluey shrew, stomping, shouting, phooey shrew, can't get loose. Along comes a goose, a wide white goose, a wide white stuck tight, no flight goose. Oh no, the goose can't go. Gummy goose, wanted something yummy goose, sticky gummy tummy goose, can't pull free. Along comes a bee, a buzz buzz bee, a buzz buzz stuck fuzz bumbled up bee. My oh my, the bee can't fly. Bumblebee, bumblebee, roll around and grumble bee, pull and kick and stumble bee, just can't go. Along comes a crow, an old weathered crow, an old weathered gum-feathered loud-mouthed crow. Wow, oh wow, the crow's stuck now. Talking crow, loud and loony, squawking crow, crying crow, cawing, shocking crow, every feather stack. Along comes a truck, a big blue truck, a big blue coming through, honk, honk truck. Now the crow and the toad and the bee and the goose and the bad mood shrew must chew and chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. Whoo! Bubble gum, light and lifty bubble gum, nifty drifty bubble gum floats them towards the sky as the truck zooms by. One perfect bubble bobbles through the air. Along comes a bear, a big bottom bear, a big bottom swat, got 'em, burly black bear. Pop, plop. Now the crow and the bee and the goose and the shrew and the fine fat toad must hide from the big bottom bear with his nose in the air and his great white mouth open wide. Bubble gum, chewy gooey bubble gum, icky sticky bubble gum, there's enough to share. Hey bear! Oh, what luck! The bear got stuck. Along comes a hen, a red ruffled hen. Here we go again. The end.
Okay, for this next part, let's pause the video and get to the table so we can have our snack. And while you're having your snack, I'm going to read you the next chapter for the Jack and Annie story. What happened to them?
Magic Treehouse Series. Book 4, Pirates Past Noon. Chapter 4, Vile Booty. Jack started to run across the hot sand. He ran as fast as he could, but the pirates ran faster. Before Jack knew it, the biggest pirate had grabbed him. Jack struggled, but the pirate had huge, strong arms. He held on to Jack and laughed a mean, ugly laugh. He had a shaggy black beard, a patch covered one eye. Jack heard Annie yelling. He saw her coming down the rope ladder. "Stay where you are!" Jack shouted. But Annie kept coming. "Leave him alone, you bully!" she cried. The other two pirates laughed meanly. They were dirty and ragged. Annie charged up to the biggest pirate. "Let him go!" She hit the pirate with her fist and kicked him. But the pirate just growled. Then he grabbed her too, and with his giant hands he held Jack and Annie as if they were two kittens. "No one escapes Captain Bones," he roared. His breath was terrible. "Let go!" Annie shouted into his face. But Captain Bones just smiled. All his teeth were black. Annie fell silent. Captain Bones laughed loudly. Then he turned to the other two. "Find out what's in their house, you dogs," he said. "Aye, aye, Captain," they answered, and they started up the ladder to the treehouse. "What do you spy, Pinky?" shouted Captain Bones. "Books, Captain," Pinky shouted. "Ah, books," growled Captain Bones. He spit on the sand. "I want gold, you dogs." "Dogs are nicer than you," said Annie. "Shh," said Jack. "What about you, Stinky?" Captain Bones roared. "Just books, Captain," shouted Stinky. "Ah, books," said Captain Bones. He spit on the sand again. "I hate books. Keep looking, dogs. Find me something good." Captain Bones grabbed Jack's backpack. "What's in here?" he said. "Nothing." Jack quickly opened the pack. "Just paper, a pencil, and a book." "Another book!" roared Captain Bones. "That's vile booty." A gleeful shriek pierced the air. Captain Bones froze. "What's that?" he shouted. "Look, Captain, look!" Pinky leaned out the treehouse window. He held the medallion. It glimmered in the sunlight. "Oh, bother." Sorry. "Oh, brother," thought Jack. "Throw it down!" cried Captain Bones. "It's not yours!" shouted Annie. Captain Bones dropped Jack and Annie. He caught the medallion as it fell. "Gold, gold, gold!" he cried. Captain Bones threw back his head and laughed horribly. He grabbed two of his pistols. He shot them into the air. Pinky and Stinky howled like wolves.
Okay, guys, let's do singing time. What song should we pick? Let's do this one. we're going to sing the ladybug counting song. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ladybugs came to the ladybug picnic. Okay, everyone join in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ladybugs came to the ladybug picnic. Okay, let's do our ladybug counting song in Spanish. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ladybugs came to the ladybug picnic. Okay, should we do it a little slower? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ladybugs came to the ladybug picnic. Okay. Ready for the next one? We're going to do the apples and bananas song. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to oat, oat, oat apples and bananas. I like to oat, oat, oat apples and bananas. I like to oot, oot, oot apples and bananas. I like to oot, oot, oot apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas. I like to eat, eat, eat apples and bananas.
Now, let's do our dinosaur flashcards. Ready? Who can tell me what this one is? Allosaurus. Pteranodon. Triceratops. Brachiosaurus. Spinosaurus. Utahraptor. Iguanodon. Stegosaurus. Velociraptor. Protoceratops. Tyrannosaurus rex or T-Rex.